Right, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another live race tonight at Speed Force Racing. We are live tonight at the Imola Grand Prix, and as you can see, it is absolutely chucking it down once again in Division 3. Never had that much luck with the rain, for the looks of things. They always have the poorest of, of weathers. Well, anyways, we got 50 drivers in at the moment. We are going to get Abdallah Man in as well. He's just currently been late at the moment as he's got his update to do, but he won't be away for too long as he joins us in quali. Currently, we've got the two Haas cars, Opabelli and Mitrandir. They're out on track at the moment. That's the Haas team, the reigning Constructors Champions. As in terms of the previous two races at the moment, Energy Dan has had two podiums, one victory, and I think it was a second, I believe, a second or a third. So he's really come on strong at the start of the season. He's been really happy with his performance, but he has got a few drivers behind him that will like to take him on. Mr. Wiggles has been on fire as of late with a fantastic drive in Hungary with a podium finish as well. And so he's going to be hopefully take that as a good momentum going into this race today. So we've got the two house boys at the moment. We have got Mitradia and Probelli at this moment in time. And we have got Stank and BTL Wakey Joe. And of course, Energy Dan is out there as well. Louis, good evening to you as always. I hope you enjoyed the stream. As you probably know that Division 4 is also live at the moment with Smithy doing a phenomenal job, by the way, actually doing the stream. He's actually feeling a little bit under the weather, but he is going to carry on and actually do his business. So here goes Mitradia, about to get underway with his lap in these very tricky conditions on the full wet tyre. As he brakes at the 100-meter board, nicely done, hard on the brakes, fourth gear, and doing a phenomenal job at the moment, keeping the car under control. Into fifth gear and into fourth, nicely done from him there. Ooh, a little bit late on the brakes and locking out the tyres, but looks like he's doing a phenomenal job at the moment. And as we got Mitradia now go towards the left-hander, I think it's Tamburello, I believe. Mitradia now has come towards the line, well, not towards the line, he comes towards the Acqua Minerale corner. Heavy difficult braking zone that actually to get the car under control. And now in towards Variante Alta, that is the chicane. Aggressively cuts the corner, and that's what I love here on this track actually. You've got to keep those all four tyres in between the white lines, but it's so difficult to actually keep the car as steady as you can through the white lines. It's completely really difficult. And here goes Mitradia now towards the line now across the Haas, and it's a 128.6. That is the benchmark. Probelli goes with a 130.0. We're going to see different times here for the drivers tonight because of the wet conditions. Let's have a look at Energy Dan. He's about to come towards the final two left-handers. You could just tell how much there's just no grip out there at the moment. Energy Dan with a different line there, coming out of that left-hander, and he goes into P4 on the intermediate tyre with a 130.3. Very interesting tyre there from Energy Dan there, because it was as he was on the inters. We've also got Ellie, who had a very strong Hungarian Grand Prix. Div 3 cursed by the rain again, says Melissa. Oh, I know. I wonder how Keith is feeling with another rain session. Speaking of Keith, here he is. As the two Hascart Salbers are in there. Halvor and Stank with a 128.9 and 6. So, and the 29.6 there for Stank. So two Salbers. Not doing too bad. Presently in the Williams, a 128.5. So he goes up into pole position on the intermediate tyre. So maybe the intermediates are the way to go in this session. As BTL Waking goes up into third, that's another thing with the wet conditions as well. Keys goes up into third with a 128.6. Not too far away from Mitrandir. Not too bad at all from Keys there. Absolutely phenomenal job from him. Let's have a look at Mad G, who's validated. So look at Scanning in the McLaren. Oreo Gloss went through a 132.4. Scanning loses the rear end a bit there on the exit, as he goes up into P7. It's a good work there for Scanny there. So you got nearly all the drivers that are apart from Mad G at the moment. Just going to do a quick invite to someone, just 2 moments. Sorry about that. I do apologise. So since they're also on the wet compounded tyre as well, they can go multiple laps. So we're going to look at Cassidy. On his second run, he's done a 129.4, 29.1, sorry. Keys is about to start his second run. Let's have a look at Keys. I want to see how he does on his full-on run. Aggressive takes the curve. Scanning with a 128.3 on the intermediate tyre. As Keys gets it all wrong there. And going through that fast left-hander there in the first sector. So very unfortunate for Keys. Lost all the momentum and he has to abort the lap, which is no surprising. So look at Mr. Wiggles. So right now the 2 fastest times are on the intermediates. Very, 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 very interesting. Very, very interesting. Got 10 people watching the stream at the moment. Mr. President leads to a 126.6 on again. The intermediate tire showing its dominance out there. Maybe it tries to go to clock on with this. Who's that just went up there? I think that was, I believe that was Cassidy that just went up into second place on the wets. But maybe if the intermediates are the way to go. BTL Wakey really thinks so. Abdallah has joined the party. Brilliant stuff there from Abdallah. As Mitch and DIV really pushing the car, pushing the Haas actually. So Metro Deer really pushing the Haas. Got a purple in the first sector there for Metro Deer. So he's really finding the grip on these very tricky conditions. Also Dan's out for a mad lap as well. Mad G's consummate time over 130.8. So awesome work there for Mad G. Metro Deer now, you can just hear the tyres squealing in pain as he's trying to get the traction down, but he's doing a good job at the moment. The second sector was also purple. Oh, a little bit wobbly on the exit there for the anti-Alta. So unfortunate for him there, as Abdallah has joined the session. That takes the drivers up to 16. So Mitro Deer now going for the final 2 corners. He has lost time though after the exit of Variante Alta, which is not, but it goes up into P5. So Mitra Deer is in P5. So let's have a look at Stank. Stank up into Sauber. goes up into P5 himself, just in front of his teammates. A good work there for Stank. And that's was Probelli that goes up into P9. He's having a bit of a weak qualifying session, to say the least, from the reigning champion. I wouldn't think so. Good evening to you too, Martin. Nice to see you too. Let's have a look at one of the Ferraris. I want to look at Mad G. Where is Mad G? President Trump for the win, says Martin. Mad G just good, doing a good job at the moment. And poor man, oh, Mad G goes a little bit deep. Very deep there for Mad G. Right, let's have a look at Dalaman, because he's currently out on track at the moment. This will be his first flying run, and Ellie decided to go on for the Inters. Maybe Ellie feels that the intermediates are the way to go. Dalaman's on the full-on extreme wet tyre, so Dalaman think that the full-on wet is the way to go. I wonder what the conditions like will be for the race on one, though. That'll be another question in itself. Right, let's have a look at how Dalaman's going to do. Let's see how he really performs in the Alpine. Can't see a fat ginger guy in this race for Stephen Phillips. I wonder what he's on about. Oh, there's a McLaren on the left-hand side. Literally, Dalaman literally got to move out of the way there. Look at him, it wasn't there. He's got a clean track in front of him now. It's the Dalaman. Halvor in the Sauber. 126.2 on the 6th lap old wets. Really good work there from Halvor. That was a really good lap from him there in the Sauber. But currently, Dalaman's got the RB in front of him. I think that's Oreo Glass that is in front of him. I believe it's Oreo Glass. But he has moved out of the way, which is kind of him. So Dalaman goes through the Aquabit of Riley corners now. Very squiggly on the second part. Business Sport, keep your policies 4X for whatever it's called. I think that comment is for Martin. Anyways, Dalaman now towards... Oh, you could just tell how hard he's braking. He's really trying to slow the car down. But it's so hard because that corner's downhill with force of gravity behind you as well. So here comes Dalaman. Dalaman's about to cross the line. Goes up into P6. A good lap there from Dalaman. Make F1 great again, says Martin. So right now, Ellie is only on a lap now. She's on the intermediates. She's just started her lap. So let's see how Ellie goes on. Cassidy and Ronnie as well. They're on intermediates as well. So they think the track is dry enough for Inters. Right now, Halvor is the benchmark. That was Scanny that just... no, that's not Scanny. Someone up there, up on the standings. Oh, that was Keefs. Good lap there for Keefs. And the Mercedes, or 127.2 from there from Keefs. Fantastic lap from him. Melissa will be pleased. Very good lap there for Keefs. Ikazelli. So right now it's Halvor and President in the front row. Scanny and Keefs in the second row. We've got Probelli and Cassidy on the third row. Ronnie and Dublin in the fourth row. And Stankanova Glass on the fifth row. So right now Ellie can push herself. If there's a good lap here from Ellie, it can really, really help her progress. And she's already 3.2 seconds faster. She's absolutely flying out there. Ellie's definitely on the right tyres here. She's absolutely rocketing away. This could be a pole time here for Ellie. As Scanny, her teammate, with a 126 dead, 0-0-0. Tuscany is literally up there. Here comes Ellie now. She's about to cross the line, and she goes up into P4 with 7 tenths behind her teammate. President Lee says, no, I'm just going to go even faster than the full-on wet tyre. 25.3. Good lap there. Energy Dan is out there in P5 now with his teammate. How's Ronnie getting on? It's Cassidy starting his lap. Where's Ronnie in all this? Ronnie now in the Aston. 2 minutes and 13 seconds left to go. It's all action packed here in Imola. And as you can see, Ronnie has got a car in front of him. That might be Cassidy up in, no, it can't be Cassidy. It might be BTL Wakey in front of him, because there's the Red Bull. There's Ronnie. Using the rest of his ERS towards the line as Ronnie goes up into P4. Good lap there from Ronnie. Let's have a look at BTL Wakey. That was BTL Wakey who just finished his lap. Mr. Wiggles is having a bit of a bad qualifying with P10 there, not doing a fun job out there. Delaman's 1.1 seconds quicker than his previous time. This is his second run at the moment. So this could be Delaman's final flying lap. Mitra Deer down there in P15. Don't expect him to be down there. Delaman onto the curb there. The car's with the back end of the car sliding out in front of it. On the back of it, Delaman goes up into P7. Energy Dan is starting his flying lap. Keys is 7 tenths slower due to the fact he's invalidated. So where is Mitra Deer? Cassidy on the intermediates. It's just put on a 124.8. Really good lap there for Cassidy and the Red Bull. Now, Mitra Deer has got time for one last flying lap. One last flying lap for Mitra Deer. Takes a very interesting line there, go across the line there. So Mitra Deer. P15. You don't expect him to be there, don't you? Ronnie starting his final lap. Oh, Mitra Deer a little bit shaky. Go through the first few corners. Halvor said he's actually done for the day. Keese is done for the day. Or Mitra Deer is not liking these conditions, isn't he? But he's got to keep pushing now. There may be still time to find. Mitra Deer and a scanning finish. Ellie finishes in P5, provisionally P5. The two McLarens are finished. Energy Dan into the P3 spot on the second row there for Energy Dan. Good lap from him. President Leeds qualifying is done. So is Cassidy. He's finished. We also got, what was that just went through? That was Glass that just went up into PA there. That's a fantastic drive from Glass in qualifying. Mad G on the wheel. It's gone into P9. Good lap from Mad G. That's fantastic from him. What a lap there from Mad G. That's one of his best qualifying of the season. Mitra Deer about to cross the line. He goes over to P5. Fantastic lap there from Mitra Deer. That's a lot better from him. Who's that just went across the line? That's one of the Haskell's. That was Prebelli that just went up into P2. Splendid President Leeds and Cassidy. Good lap there from Prebelli. Abdallahman will fish in P12. Keese P14. BTL Wakey Joe in P15 and Stank in P16. Wow, what a qualifying session that was. So Cassidy gets his first pole position of the season. Prebelli on the second. We'll start alongside him as well. Then we got President Lita Ronnie, Dan and Scanny, Mitra and Halvor, Ellie and Origlass, Madji and Abdallahman, Mr. Wiggles and Keefs, and Big Wakey Joe and Stank. Big shout out to Madji there. Provisionally was in P9. Big shout out to Madji there. Fantastic qualifying from him. He'll be very, very pleased. But there you go. There's the final standings. I'll read them out one more time. Cassidy, Prebelli, Elite, Ronnie, Dan, Scanny, Mitchell Deer, Halvor, Eddie Origlass, Mad G, he'll be very pleased with his effort. Abdullah Man, Wiggles, Keefs, Wakey Joe, and Stank. You don't expect Mr. Wiggles to be down there, don't you? Keefs will have to make progress. The former champion, but I'm sure he'll do his best. Right. Here we go. Race time at Imola. And it's bone dry. So wet qualifying, bone dry track. So the drives we're running dry setups. Hopefully it's not going to rain later on in the race. Maybe it's a good thing if they had set up so that as well. It's a mixed race. If you're wondering why I left, I had to focus on settling in my full-time job, but we'll be happy to join back since I'm settled now. That'd be nice to have you back, Tiger Booker. It'd be nice to have you back again. Sorry, I missed your message. Hello to you too, Tiger Booker. Hopefully you do come back, and hopefully we get to see you on the grid once more. Okay then, I actually have no clue how this is all going to turn out. So let's have a look at the tyres. We got Cassidy, Prebelli, Elite, Ronnie, Dan, Halvor, Ellie, Glass, Wiggles, and Wakey Joe on the mediums. Then we got Scanny, Mitra Deer, Mad G, Abdallah Man, Keith, and Stank on the hard compounded tyre. So, I don't know how tyres perform around Imola. That's good news for me, really. I could get to have a little bit of tyre data to look at. The one thing that will be a big question mark, though, will be the penalties. That will be a big question factor, as always, here in Imola. So, let's see how well these drivers will give, how long will they stay penalty free. So, another thing as well, guys, please like and subscribe and share with your friends and family to see all the beautiful racing content that we have here. We've got 3 days of racing. We've got 2 races in one day today. We've got Division 3 and 4 always on Wednesday. Division 4 starts earlier. Division 3 on the later start. Then we've got Division 2 tomorrow. And then we've got Division 1 on the Wednesday. Division 4 hosted by Smithy. Division 3 hosted by yours truly. Division 2 and 1 will be hosted by the voice of SFR, and that is Jamie. I want to say a big shout out as well to Simo as well. She's currently got a very nasty injury, so I really hope she gets better very soon. But she will be out of action for the next 4 to 6 months. So big shout out to Simo there, and hopefully have a massive speedy recovery. Dan has got a DSQ for not lining his car up on the start, which is a bit unfortunate in his point of view. But anyways, the last car, which is Stank, will be on the final. Oh, but nice to see Tim back. It'd be great to have him back, Martin. That'd be great. But here we go to 5 red lights, and the Imola Grand Prix is underway. And we're gonna have a look for Dan's point of view. And Dan has got an electric start there. Going to get past present elite, and there you go. There goes the Williams. Mark Cassie's got a very good start there. And he will hold his position. Dan made 2 places at the start there. Fantastic start from Energy Dan. Abdallah Man has had an absolute poor start from P12. He's now down to last. So Abdallah Man has got work to do in his position. But Energy Dan with an electric start. Scanny has lost places down at the start there. Unfortunate there for him. Mad G. Oh, Mad G's made an error. Very unlucky to see him down there in last. But he had a very good qualifying, but looks like Imola has struck on him very in its early stages of the race. Abdallah 1.5 seconds off the field, so he's got to make the time back up very, very quickly. It's got a ball with Scani. We've got the Aston Martin of running wide. Scani's run wide. That's the nature of Acqua Minerale for you. We got Ellie on the inside of Energy Dan. Dan was in third at one point, and he got overtaken from the sounds of his Mitra Dia. It's up to P8 now. Good work there for Mitra Dia. Energy Dan is fighting cars all over the place. Tough race today. It's naturally a hard track to overtake, but it looks like they're all fighting away pretty well. Energy Dan comes back down on the inside, but he's lost the place to Halvor. We got Wakey Joe and Mr. Wiggles. Mr. Wiggles is trying to claw back some places. Our time got very poor qualified. You can see Keith there in the background. He's got to try and catch this, trying to make up some places as well. He's got Abdallah Man right behind him. And look at this, look at the cars filing through. There is the Haas of Mitra Dia, who's trying to close in on the Aston Martin of Ronnie. Stank has gone past Scani now, so he moves up into 11th place. What else we got down there? We also got Matt Chi, who's finally caught. It's a good job for him. He's actually caught up with the field. So the highest hard time runner is Mitra Dia. He's gonna be a man to watch in this race, because those hard tires could go a long way. Oh, good to see you back in the server, Tiger Booker. Nice to have you back. Hopefully get back. Right, Probelli and President Elite are side by side. That's Probelli going off wide there, and there's Ellie. Ellie's up there. Good work there from Ellie. She's actually having in good form recently. Good work from her. She's rocketing up there. I think you're in the RB, I think, Tiger Booker, if I can't remember. But you can speak out to the admin. So you got Stank go past there on. And there's President Lee go past Ellie. So Ellie loses place. Look at it. And by the way, while this all's been going on, Cassidy has got a 3.5 second lead over President Elite. This is why when you fight the cars all the time, because the gap to the leader is now formed. You can just see. You just saw President Cassidy's car there, just up in front. If Cassidy could just keep the penalty clean, and then he'll be perfectly fine for the entire session of this race. Ellie's now 1.1 behind now, President Elite now, so she is sort of fallen behind President Elite now. Let's have a look at some fights. Let's have a look at Ronnie. Ronnie's in there at the moment in the midfield, at the moment with Ronnie and Stank. First penalty goes to the reigning champion. That is Probelli. That's our first 3-second penalty of the day. What else we got down there? It's 4/10 of a second actually between Probelli and Ellie. So the DRS is now enabled now. So Probelli should have the job done for third place. Let's go and look at this. As you can see, Ellie does not have the DRS. Probelli does. Down around the outside. And that's easy job and easy pickings for the Haas guy. And the Haas driver is through into third place. So that is position 3 for Probelli. And now he's going to try and catch down President Elite, who's actually closing the gap back down to Cassidy. He's now, 2.2 behind this fight now. As Scani is overtaking BTL Wakey Joe. So Wakey Joe now is now lost the position to Scani, as Scani makes up a position and up into the 11th place position. So we got Energy down in there too. He's currently up in there in P6, quite comfortable at the moment. He's not looking out to fight any more cars as later. We've got Ellie, who's a little bit shaky in that first part of the Variante Alta, went a bit too deep there, and that's going to give Halfor some infight to see if he's going to overtake. But as you can see, Dan has got Wiggles right behind him, so Dan has to keep his wits about him. To throw the final corner, off they go the cars, and Ellie might lose a couple more spots here, because here comes Halvor into Sauber. Halvor, through he goes. Ellie's been overtaken. Dan was going down to get inside of Ellie. That's another position lost there for Ellie. So that's down up into 5th place. So Ellie losing 2 spots, and now losing the 3rd now to Mr. Wiggles. So Mr. Wiggles made a place. No, but Ellie defends well. Oh, Mr. Wiggles unfortunately gets the 3-second time penalty for cutting the second part of that chicane. So that's Mr. Wiggles carrying a 3-second time penalty to his name. Currently got 3 cars. Made that 4 now. Keith has got 1. That's unfortunate there for Keith, who's currently being pressured at the moment by Abdallah. Matt G now gets his penalty, 1.7 behind this pack of cars. As you can see, Mr. Wiggles hard on the brakes. Oh, Ellie gets that all wrong, and Mr. Wiggles makes contact with the McLaren. Almost had the Constantino effect there, but looks like it's all okay. BTL Wakey Joe gets past Ronnie. That's for 11th, but Ronnie fights back though. We've got Keith and Oreo Glass fighting. This is all fighting down in the back of the field. Oh, and Wakey Joe and Ronnie has made a mistake, so Keith gains 2 positions. And because Keith's now on the outside of Oreo Glass, Mr. Wiggles versus Ellie. Evening to you too, Simo. Hope you have a speedy recovery. Because Keith and Abdallah Man has made positions. Abdallah Man locks up in the first part of the chicane, and that is Abdallah Man up into the 12th place position. So right now, all looking good, apart from that little incident from Wakey Joe and Ronnie. Whew, quite frankly, 6 laps. So no problem, Simo. Okay, so Mitra Dia. Is currently looking at the back of this fight at the moment. Yep, no rain today, Simo, so looking at a nice bone dry circuit. So at this moment of time, helped Mitra Dia, Stank and Ellie. Right, here we go. Stank and Ellie. Stank goes through. Mitra Dia goes through. Is he having a look at Stank? No, not today, he's not. Poor Ellie is losing positions left, right and centre. Mad G has made a place on Oreo Glass. Well done to Mad G. Up in P13. Well done to him. Abdallah Man 1.0 behind Keith's. Then there's Mad G with a second penalty of the day. So as we look at the positions gained, and look at that, Stank with 9 positions gained, and Ronnie 12 positions lost. That's unfortunate for them too. And look at there's Keith on the back of the 2 McLarens. Melissa is watching closely, Keith. She's watching your every move. Here we go. The 2 McLarens are squabbling, and actually that's a position swap, because that's Scanny overtaking his teammate. Always making contact there as the 2 McLarens. Ellie goes a little bit deep there, and Keith has got to have every single invite in the world to overtake the McLaren here. She's going to go try and go around the outside of the McLaren. The hard tyres are definitely working for Keith, and at this moment in point, he's going to try over to the other McLaren of Scanny. So that's Keith going to try and move up too, and he does make 2. Keith with a fantastic move there. Up into the top 10 he goes. Meanwhile, at the top, Halvor and Pribelli. And Cassie's just brought the gap a little bit more back upwards now, so it's now 2.7 the gap. Presley's pushing hard though. He's going to try and keep him under pressure, trying to keep him honest until the pit stops. And Ronnie has made a pit stop. I believe that's for a damaged front wing. So he's now at 28.7 behind this main field. So I'm looking up for Belly though, 4 tenths behind. He's got energy down as well. He was having a good consistent drive behind Halvor. And speaking of Halvor, he gets a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. So Dan It's all Dan needs to do is keep it clean, and he'll have another podium to his name. Mr. Consistent on the podiums at the moment is Daniel after 2 events. As Stank gets past Mr. Wiggles. And Abdullah Man has gone past the McLaren of Ellie. So that is Abdullah Man up into the 11th place position. Next car to take on is Scanny. Who just keeps a lot of run for his money here, Scanny here. Doing a not bad job here as he chases down, trying to catch down the Haas. And Mad G is now overtaking Ellie. Up into 12th now. Good work there from the Ferrari driver. Back to his fight to the top. All the action's coming from the lower end of the grid, which is good to see. So right now, Stank is in the driver's seat at the moment because he's in 6th place on 8-lap-old hard compounded tyres. So you can see in the background there, he'll be ready to pounce when he drives pitting. So Mitra Dia has got his penalty. Ronnie has got his penalty. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 drivers on time penalties, which is not good to see. But like I said before, this track is lethal on time penalties. Halvor gets past the reigning champion, Arbelli. There's Cassidy, you just saw in the foreground. Energy Dan having a look down the inside of the Haas car and gets the move done. Up into P4 is the Mercedes man. He's loving life in the Merc at the moment, is Energy Dan. He's loving it in there. He thinks it's Lewis Hamilton or George Russell. I think it's more George Russell than Lewis Hamilton in my view. I don't know. Spoke to Dan earlier. He said he was really looking forward to this race. And not to blame him so. He's looking forward to life in the Merc. And he's really following. And you can tell why. His teammate of Keith's is really in this lethal fight with 4 cars. Oh, Mr. Wiggles out of shade there in Tamburello. Great save there from the Ferrari driver. That was well held. And as you can probably find out, all these drivers are fighting for the lower end of the top 10 here. We got Scanny, we got Keys, Mitra Deer, we got Wiggles, all within a second of each other. Mitra Deer is giving Mr. Wiggles all sorts of problems. Look at them, they're all within 3/10 of each other. So overtakes will be seen plenty. Look at here we go, down the main straight. There goes Mitra Dia. He's gone past Wiggles. There goes Keys, round the outside onto the grass. And Scanny as well, down the inside. Fighting away these two. And kept it clean. Fantastic racing. With the Londemar. And look at this, look at Mad G up there. He's gone past Abdullah Man. Mad G finding his old self. Fantastic driving from him there. What's happened to Mr. Wiggles? He's in the gravel. Oh, Mr. Wiggles in the gravel. Oh dear. Not the race he wants today. Oh, we got Energy Dan, by the way. Sorry if I'm trying to use this system. So Energy Dan on the back of Halvor. This is the battle for 3rd. So Mercedes 4th and 8th, Miss Haas in 5 and 7. Skyner gets a 3-second time penalty. So it's only Cassidy, President Elite, Energy Dan, we got Stank and Abdullah Man, all without time penalties. I think that's 5 drivers, all without time penalties. And it's only been 12 laps. That's actually incredible. Cassie is just managing this gap to President Elite there. Doing a phenomenal job. Keith gets past Mitradia. That's 7th now for Keith. He's absolutely flying. These hard tyres are actually working for him. Ellie has got past Oreo Glass now for 12th. So she's back up into the top 12 now. Abdullah Man is keeping pressure on Mad G. Halvor trying to pressure. Oh, and Energy Dan gets the penalty. So we've got 4 drivers now without time penalties. Energy Dan's got 1. It all comes down to penalties, doesn't it, on this track? Absolutely lethal. President Elite is now 3.5 now behind Cassidy. Cassidy's absolutely flying out there at the front. Speaking of energy, Dan, he's really on the tail of Halvor for third. If you're Cassidy right now, you get a time penalty. It doesn't really matter. You have got the gap. You got Stank overtaking Probelli as Probelli is in the pits for his pit stop. That's from the... Oh, there's looking at that's Halvor trying to get past President Lee, but Mr. President Lee with a massive slide. But held it quite well. Good save there from President Elite. Right now, Stank is in the podium places. He's in line for third if it comes to the final stages. Abdullah Man, he can get a good apologies as well. He can go up into the top, around the top 6, maybe, if he keeps his positions well. Like, trying to close down on. And that's President Lee getting a penalty now. So right now, at this moment in time, speaking of which, here goes Halvor around the outside of Variante Alta, and President Lee's trying to switch back. He's trying to get back on the inside drive and gets their position done. Well done there for President Lee. Fantastic driving. We got Stank pressurizing Energy Dan. But while all this is going on, Keese on the hard compounded tyre is now on the pressure of the leaders as Dan goes into the pits along with 2 other cars, I believe. I think that was with one of the... I think that's President Elite. It is. So we've got Keese now on the back of the Sauber. Very close, to say the least. But the Sauber Stank is really held on, only just. Where's Brad the top G? I'd love to see him because he's probably supporting Abdallah Man. Knowing him, and that's Keese go down the inside of one of the Saubers, but the Saubers hold on only just. Look at the gap, by the way, 5.0 between Cassidy. As the Saubers had a little Constantine effect, Keese has got a little bit of a gives a little bit of a nudge of one of the Saubers of Stank. Mad G, big shout out to him. He's doing extremely well out there at the moment. One of his one of his best races of the season so far. This BTL Wakey Joe has a penalty to his name. We got a yellow flag out there. That is for BTL Wakey Joe and the McLaren as Wakey Joe retires on track. As Halvor comes into the pits, and so is Cassidy. So Keith will take the race. Stank takes the initial race lead. So the hard tyres now are in control, but Cassidy is now on his hard compounded tyres, and so will Halvor. So they will be pushing hard. As you can see, they're just exiting the pits now. They've got 2 more cars coming up towards them now. Cassidy has got Probelli. She just got ahead of Probelli. So Probelli is definitely in this fight. So he has closed the gap on Cassidy. Abdullah Man is 17 seconds ahead of this fight. When will these guys on the hard compounded tyres take to the pits? Not yet, I presume. So Stang now holds on from 2 cars behind. That's Keith and Mitrandia. Scanny's in 4th. Mad G in a fantastic 5th, but he has not stopped yet. These are the guys that have not stopped. And that's the top 6 from Stank to Abdallah Man. Those 6 guys need to stop. And they're going to carry on once more. There's the top 3. So here comes Keith, about to take over the race lead. So Keith leads the Grand Prix. He leads the race. Oh, look at that. Right on the grass there's Mitrandia. But great overtake there from Mitrandia. 2 wheels on the grass and keeps his foot planted. Unbelievable driving there from Mitrandia. As Mad G has got Abdallah Man literally pressurizing at the moment. Probelli is overtaking Cassidy. And Stank has overtaken Mitrandir. So right now, it's all going on at the moment. Probelli, as Abdallah gets the penalty now. So we've now got two drivers now without a penalty, and that's Cassidy and Stank. And look at that, is Scani having a bit of a spin. Scani has a spin. So that's Abdallah moving up a position. Scani now is losing time. He's 9 seconds ahead of Probelli. 9. Well, below that now. So let's go back to the top 3. They're sort of spread out a bit now. So let's go back down to... let's go to Probelli. Where is he? There he is. Ronnie gets his penalty. So Probelli's getting pressurized by Cassidy. But also President Lee as well. Now remember, President Lee was pretty much, 3 seconds behind? And now he's pretty much caught up to this fight. I think Mitra Diaz had made a mistake, I believe. Or it might be Probelli's one of the two. No, it's not Probelli, that's Mitra Diaz who made a mistake. So now Abdallahman's up close to it now. And by the way, President Lee has now gone past President Lee's gone past Probelli. So President Lee now is now taking over the position. Now he's now in a provisional second. That is a good work there for President Lee there. Remember, 2 guys without penalties. That's Cassidy, who's in the provisional race lead position with no penalties, and Stank, who's got no penalties to his name. All to play for. Abdallahman is gone past Mad G. So he's up into 4th. But these guys in the top 6 have not stopped. When are they? That's the question. Abdallahman. It's now, faking to Mad G there, trying to dummy him to go to the pits, but didn't work. Here goes Mad G now. Mad G's into the podium places. Has not stopped yet though, but good work there from Mad G. It's Mitradir pits. Mitradir from 3rd. It's now Cassidy with the fastest lap of the Grand Prix. So he's absolutely flying at the moment on those tyres. It's Cassidy. Meanwhile, at the top 2, who was that going slowly? That was Scania's going slowly there. He was getting caught by Cassidy and the fast guys behind him for the fresher, hard compounded tyres. These two at the moment are keeping it nice and sensible at the moment, which is Stank and Keith. As Keith and Stank will be notified that the guys behind them have stopped, so they have been notified. It depends when they're going to stop now. Mind you, this is fantastic driving from all of them. No obvious retirements. That's President Elite overtaking Cassidy, but don't forget, President Elite has got penalties. So does the other rest of the guys. So Cassidy will be more than happy enough to keep in that position. But mind you, they're going to keep on fighting. Oh, Cassidy! Little bit unashamed about Dalaman has now overtaken Manchi once more. He's now got back into the 3rd place position. And President Leeds has gone past Scani. Cassidy's going to be doing the same very shortly. Here he is down on the inside. Oh, and Cassidy gets a 3-second time penalty. So it's only Stank now that gets his penalty free. So Cassidy gets the penalty. Unforced error there for Cassidy. Unfortunate it's there for him. And all Scani goes all down a shade there. And Cassidy goes through. And also does Probelli. And also does Energy Dan. He's going to look down the inside. But no harm forced there. It's all equal. Well, nearly all equal. I'm going to have a look at the penalties now so you guys can have a look. There's the penalties. All for you to see. It's literally just Stank to be penalty free. Ronnie, by the way, has got 12 seconds. I believe he's got a 10-second time penalty to his name for spinning in the pits, I believe. So Energy Dan overtakes the McLaren. Stank is in the pits. This is a guy who has no penalties to his name. He can get a fantastic result here if he keeps it penalty free. President Elite has been overtaken by the Haas of Prebelli. Right now is Keith, Abdallahman, Mad G. They have not stopped yet. They are carrying on with the progress. This is fantastic. This is going to be so close to the race. So close to the end. We're in for a thrilling finish. If Cassidy can get held up a little bit more further, then the leaders might have a chance to score a really good finish today. Dan is in the places now. We can score a podium. If. Doran's cheering for Keith. Scanny, Scanny looked like he was slowing down to hold people up. I don't think he was, to be honest, Martin. I think he had a slight error. Keith's in. Abdallahman in. Mad G leads the race. Mad G couldn't ask for a better evening. He's looking very strong out there. Now the other cars are going past. Where is Keith going to end up? There are the two Saubers. Keith ends up in 8th. Abdallahman got no other cars behind him. There's Mr. Wiggles. He's got to come out ahead of Mr. Wiggles. So right now it's only Stank. Don't forget, it's this guy right here. Stank has only got no penalties to his name. Only he has got no penalties. Where is he going to finish? Mad G's the only last guy to stop. Right now, Prebelli is trying to catch down President Elite once more. So is Cassidy. They're within a second of each other. Halvor is underneath a second of Energy Dan. As Mad G is finally in for his stop. What a great first stint there for Mad G. Cassidy with the fastest lap of the race. President Elite leads this race. If right now he's leading. And as you can see, all equal. So right now, President Elite is the race leader. Stank could be on for a podium. Energy Dan, 2.1 behind this group. 2.1 behind the podiums. Podium place of President Elite gets a 3-second time penalty. So that's what push him down the order. As you can see, Cassidy is pressurizing the Williams of President Elite. And Cassidy gets a 3-second time penalty. Ellie gets a 3-second time penalty. So the top two's got penalties. As Cassidy's really pushing on into Scott. Really go down the inside. Aggressively goes down the inside. And gets the position made. Cassidy now into the lead. But don't forget, those two on 6-second time penalties. Oh, this is going to be a fun, frantic end to the finish. Now, and I don't know math, so that's going to be a problem because I'm going to see how it all ends up. That's what I'm going to find out. President Elite overtakes Cassidy, so he moves up into the lead. Halvor is overtaking Dan. He's up into 4th position. Abdallahman and Mr. Wiggles, they're carrying a little bit of a squabble. Let's have a look back at Daniel, because he's having a look at Halvor. And as you can see, there's the leaders, there's the other group. Stank's on for a podium. Stank is on for a podium if he can keep it penalty free. That's all he needs to do. Halvor, another penalty. That's 6 for him. Mad G, 3 seconds to his name. He's currently in P11 at the moment. Oh, Stanks could be on for a win, maybe. If they all keep squabbling, that could be the true point, to be fair. Look at Cassie go right round the outside. You know what? Martin could be right, because if you think about it, Stank, no time penalties, and he's in this group of cars now. They're all bunched together. So right now, Stank's in a good position now to actually win this Grand Prix, but he can only do that if he can stay time penalty free. So right now, Stank's in pole position. Halvor with a slight error there. And look at Keith. Keith is in there as well. So it's now technically a 7-car fight. Because Keith has joined this group. Wow, this is going to be a gnarly finish. And Mr. Wiggles has made a mistake. So Mad G moves up a position to the top 10. 7 cars in for this frantic race. Ellie, 9 seconds. Melissa's cheering on her husband, not surprisingly. Presently 1.1 second lead over Cassidy. Keith is really pressurizing Stank here, but don't forget, Stank is on no penalties. I'm going to keep repeating myself here because this is very important, because right now Stank is in a good position for a fantastic result. Cassidy and Presley on both 6 seconds. Let's have a look at the gap to the leader. As you can see, Stank is only 2.7 behind. Right now it's Stank's race to win. This is so intense. Ronnie gets past Oreo Glass. That is for 11th. There's Cassidy. There's Elite. There's Pabelli. Dan, Halvor, Stank and Keiths. It's all this big fight. You got 4.6 behind. That is Mitch Deere down in there. Dalaman is another 6.8 behind. This is a very competitive field. Mr. Wiggles has made another mistake now. He's gone behind Scanny now. That same corner. He's not having a great time out there, isn't he? Cassie's doing all he can to break the gap here on President Elite. But now, the only issue is, now all these cars are bunched together. It's now creating a DRS train now. So that's another thing to be mindful of. Ronnie gets a 3-second time penalty for him. Oh, this is a nasty racetrack. It really is. There's Presley in the foreground. On Halvor looking very sheepily on Energy down there, giving him a warning there on the inside. There's Cassidy. And who's that? That is Keith on the inside there. Can he get past Stankin? No. Keith is just giving him a bit of a warning. Oh, I agree, Martin. So it's Keith's on hitting the back of Stank's car there. That is Energy down, giving Preventing a bit of a look. All these cars are all literally fighting and jostling for places here. At the two Salbers, they swapped positions. So Stank is now up into 5th now. Oh, that's a wise move, because right now Stank's on the mediums. He's on the better tyre at the moment at this final stage of this race. So now Stank's move over position. That's going to keep all sorts of bother. Speaking of Keith, I don't think it's going to cause him any bother. Is he going to try over to the two Salbers? And he has! Fantastic movement. Oh, Stank's got a 3-second time penalty. Oh, dear Stank. No! The win is gone. So the Mercedes now are in a good result. They could have a double podium finish here, maybe, because the thing is, Papelli's up there. Keys is having his best race of the season. He's up there. Right now, it's Prebelli and the Mercs. They could potentially be in the driving seat here. What a phenomenal ending to this race. All down to penalties. Right, this is going to be very intriguing to find out who's going to win this Grand Prix now. Right now, it's Prebelli, then it's Dan, then it's Keiths. They are in right now, in my mind, first, second, and third. It's Prebelli, then Dan, then Keiths. That could be the race order at the end of this race. Keiths needs to close the gap up if he wants to get that position, but he needs to keep the two Saubers behind to get a podium spot. Nail-biting finish here. 1.0. 1.1 now. It's Keiths behind his teammate. There is Dan, who's literally giving Prebelli an all sorts of headache. Is Dan in a fight for a championship here? Oh, Dan with the 3-second time penalty. That takes him up to 6 now. Too aggressive over Tamburello. So at this moment in time, it looks like it's going to be Prebelli and Keiths now. And Skelly gets a 3-second time penalty in the McLaren. Oh man, this is going to be so intense. You got 5 laps left. 5 to go. 13 people watching. I think Keiths is in a prime position for second. He's closed the position up to Dan. Dan is going to try and maximise his position on that 6-second time penalties he's got at this moment in time. He's overtaken Prebelli's Haas. As you can see, Presley and Cassidy, they are fighting away at the moment. Scani's gone off the circuit. So Scani is now lost a position to Mr. No, he's just lost time, really. Cassidy, 1/10 behind. Keith gets a 3-second time, but he takes it back up to 6. So what does that do now? I think Prebelli, if he keeps it clean, I think he will win this Grand Prix. So it's now Prebelli's race to lose. So if Dan wants to get a good race finisher, it's got to challenge the leaders if he wants a podium place. He's got to challenge the leaders, but look at Keith, it's giving Prebelli all sorts of problems. Oh my word, we go towards the final stages of this thrilling and frantic Grand Prix. Division 3 has definitely delivered. By the way, Shironi on 22 lap old meet on hard. He's done a phenomenal job out there. But Keith closing in on the Haas. No word done there. Cassidy is just waiting his time, waiting to get past that Williams of President Elite. Dan has got to make hay here. He's got to get past Cassidy here if he wants to get a podium position. He will lose places to Prebelli, but he can get a podium if he can overtake Cassidy. I think he will, because my maths is not the best. I will admit that. So, we're running on board with Cassidy, the Scotsman, charging down President Elite's Williams. Very late on the brakes there was Cassidy. Unbelievable braking there. Absolutely shut it into Variante Alta. Right, here we go. Penultimate lap. Is Cassidy going to attack? He's in striking distance. Here we go. Cassidy with the DRS. Dan with the DRS. Dan's got to attack. But is he close enough to make a charge? It's go down the inside. Oh, and presently shuts the door. Dan's got to charge the ERS now. And look at the dust keys go down the inside there of Prebelli, but no, he's not going to make it a move through there. Will this be a race victory for Probelli in the final stages of this Grand Prix. Cassidy on 6, President Elite 6, Energy Dan 6, Probelli on 3, Keith on 6. But also another thing to well, could Stank be up there in the podium places? Look at Dan really pressurizing that Williams. Nail biting drama, you're not wrong there, Martin. It's all to play for. But it's going to the final stages of this race. The final laps is very much fast approaching. Scani's gone to the soft tyres. He's going to try and steal the fastest lap. But this is it. Last lap. Last ditch attempt. Energy Dan has got to get past that Williams. Which he's not going to, but it's actually going to go the other way around. Here comes President Lee, that'll be overtaking Cassidy. Keys is still stuck behind the Haas car. I think that might be it, if there's not any other overtakes to be made. Keys going a little bit deep there, going through the second part of that chicane. Through Tosa corner, the long hairpin turn. Thundering towards Tamburello. Running aboard with Daniel, who got a great entry to the turn there. Gets a good exit. Now towards Akamila Raleigh. If Dan gets a good drive, he's got... Oh, and Cassidy made a mistake. Gets in the back of President Elite. And he loses all the good work. And he's now fallen down the positions he's made. That is so unfortunate. And Keith has got a penalty as well. And that's all dear. And Haas of Halvor has got... I think Haas and Halvor and Cassidy have made contact. And here we go. President Elite. Who is going to win this race? I have no idea. Oh, Keith with a slightly weary on the back end. But President Elite, Probelli, President Elite, Stank is in third. And that is a worldwide word, wow. So we've got Probelli, President Elite, Stank, Dan, Cassidy, Halvor, and Keith. Mitrandia, Abdallah Man, Mad G. Can we just say, driver Mad G 10th. Unbelievable drive from Mad G. Oreo Glass gets 11th ahead of Ronnie. Mr. Wiggles is Scani. What a Grand Prix. President Elite wins. No, sorry, Probelli wins the race. President Elite second. Stank third. What a Grand Prix. Wow, that's unbelievable racing. I literally couldn't call that. But there you go. There's the Hassel Probelli. First win of the season for Probelli. His championship defence finally has started with a victory. By the way, Dad's run of consistent podiums has now come to an end, but he'll be back for the next Grand Prix. Here is the final results of this Grand Prix. If you can try to get there in time, I don't think I will, due to the fact there's only 20 seconds left. So I won't run you through the final order, and I think I won't now because of a nice black screen. Wow, unbelievable. What a Grand Prix that was. That was unbelievable. Jeez. Please like and subscribe if you really enjoyed that race. That was unbelievable. What a Grand Prix. Right, we're now going to find out if we can get the drivers in for the interview. They could just join this party. Because I'm in the Division 3 chat. I could probably tag them in. Let's have a look. Probelli. President. Elite. God, I'm absolutely knackered. What a Grand Prix. And Stank. Whew. Here's the race winner. Here's the race winner.
Hey. Can you hear me?
Yep, loud and clear.
Yeah, that's good.
You got a little bit of rest now before we can interview you.
Yeah.
Is yes, secondly over our guys, which is Stank. Good with getting his podium finish. He's just joined.
Thank you.
Let's see if the president can join. Anyway, let's get. I think we'll get to with the interviews. I think President might be joining. I don't know, but let's start with the race winner, Probelli. First race of the season, first race winner of the season, actually. Well done, congratulations! Finally got your title defense up for a good start. How was it out there? Because that was so intense in the end.
Yeah, thank you. That was really hard, and I got my 3-second penalty very early, so I thought that was not good, but then suddenly everybody around me started getting penalties also, so then the race was on, and the last few laps I just tried to not lose them because they had 6 seconds and I had only 3, so it worked.
So what was the turning point for you? Was it the pit stops, or was it the driving, or was it, like you said, was it the time penalties that made the race for you today?
I would say definitely the pit stop, because I was really comfortable on the hards and not so much on the mediums. I knew I could have a good pace on the hards, so that, and also of course the penalties.
So you now finally got your victory, which is good to see. So is this going to be a bit of a kickstart for you to get your championship defense for you and the Haas team? Because Mitra and Deer had a bit of a struggle out there today, but Haas will be thereabouts on the top guys for the Constructors' Championship. Of course, Mercedes are leading that at the moment. How you finally going to the next race then, knowing that you got this victory under the bag now, and now you go to this next race? Are you feeling a bit more momentum going into the next one?
Well, this track I wasn't too sure on how I would do, because I think it's not one of my strong ones, so I was very happy that I could finish first. Austria I think is good. Belgium I think is good. China, I like it, so let's hope so. Let's hope for some good races. And also was very nice battles with Cassidy and President. They were fast today, and I think they were driving clean. So
I totally agree. So, like I said, with Austria coming up, that's going to be another time penalty frantic circuit. Is it basically the main goal is to keep the penalties as low or none as possible going into the next race in Austria?
Well, I always try to not get penalties at all, so I wasn't very happy when I got my 3 seconds so early. But I think I will do okay in Italy. I hope so. But of course, Energy Dan and Cassidy from Div 2 are really fast, and also the second place today is really stepped up his game. Stian, you're fast.
Yeah, but I only got third.
Oh yeah, third? Oh,
Yeah.
sorry, I thought it was second.
No, Halvor bumped into me at the end.
Oh yeah. But yeah. And also, of course, Mithandir, my teammate, is also very fast. So I think a couple of my competitors were a little bit unlucky with the quality today also.
Right, I'm going to see if I can try to invite President Elite back in here to this party, see if I can get him in here, and see if we can try and get him an interview, see if I can get him in. Because he just asked for an invite. I did. You can. President. Just see if we can find him. It's not President Trump, it's not for a fact. Let's see, President. Where is he? President Elite. If I put an E in, that might work. Nope. Where is he? Where is President Elite? Right, you know what? I'm going to go back on stream and see if I can find him. Actually, no, I could look on Discord because I could be cheating. There we go. L-I-T-E. Right, here we go. Right. L-I-T-E. There you go, found him. Boom, there we go. Right, he'll be coming very shortly. Let's go to you now, Stank. The Haas cars, the Sauber cars, they did a fantastic job today. I really thought to you, Stank, I really thought you actually got the race victory too, got the time penalty at the end, which is so unfortunate. Did you thought the race win was in the bag when you were literally on the no time penalties at that point?
Yeah, at least I thought I had a good chance to get on the podium. So very unfortunate the little touch in the first chicane there to get the time penalty, because it was otherwise just a very clean race and a very fast race. So I'm very happy with the third place since I started last and fucked up in the quali.
So, with the Saubers in general, you and Halvor did a fantastic job today. I think that's your first double top 7 finish. So, good points for Sauber today.
Yeah, very good. Halvor had a very good race, and so he was pretty quick. We had a bit of incident on the last lap there, but it luckily turned out good.
So, in terms of your race in general, what was the turning point for you today? Was it like Probelli? Was it the pit stops, or was it the time penalties, or was it the driving in general for you? Not just you, but the others around you sort of made your race today, because that's one of your stronger finishes today.
Yeah, I think the pit stop taking pit stop in round 19, and also the pace I were able to achieve today. So, yep. I think a combination of the pit stop on a good timing of the pit stop and a shared race pace.
So, you're going into Austria, of course, like I said to Probelli, it's another time penalty freaky circuit. So, time penalty are going to be another key factor, unfortunately. Is your job going to try and keep it non-penalty free and try and get another good result for Sauber next week?
I will try to kind of push the limits anyway, if it's like known for a lot of penalties or not. But so yeah, I hope for a good result next week as well.
In terms of the tyres today in Imola, was there one of those that tyre degradation is going to be a thing around Imola? Because literally the hards are literally quite durable, but the mediums, they really degraded quite quickly. They didn't last that long during that part of the race, especially with heavy cars as well.
Well, the hard tires certainly last a long time and kind of stabilize at a certain point where you just drive a bit slower, but it's very stable. I personally like the medium tires when I can take a shorter stint, kind of like 12 to 13 rounds on them. Then I don't find them too bad because the car is also lighter. So maybe at the start of the race, medium is shit, but at the end I thought it was very good. So yeah.
So what's your motives then going into this next part of the season? Are you literally going to try and keep it consistent and try and get those top 7 finishes and maybe get a couple more podiums and maybe one race victory, maybe under your belt, 1 or 2 race victories maybe?
Yeah, I will of course go for not just one more race victory. I will probably go for all that's kind of left now, because it's why else do I want to drive? Oh, I want to achieve P10. If I kind of get into range of points, I will be happy, of course, but I will always try to win. Yeah.
Right, so that's a very good. I like your confidence. I love your confidence. I just got confirmation 3 hours ago that the Las Vegas Grand Prix has got a new start time, so I will check that out a little bit later. But well done on your podium today, Stag. Really good job. Hope we get to hear from you in the future.
Thank you.
Right, let's go to the Williams of President Elite. Now, I want to say, President, have you got your voice shared? I believe you have. Hope you got yourself on mute. Yeah, we can hear you. Thank goodness for that. Right, so President Elite. You had a very good race today. Pressurizing Cassidy throughout the entire race. You had a good fight with him at the entire point, and you finally won the race. In my view, the pit stop changed things for you because you were like, what, 3 seconds behind Cassidy? Then after the pit stops, you're literally, what, under a second? Did the pit stop really change things for you today, or was it your just sheer pace that closed the gap down to get that gap underneath a second between yourself and Cassidy? So this is your first race victory of the season, Miss. No, second place for that is pretty a real well earned second place. Did you think the race victory was going to be for you for the cars if it wasn't for the time penalties? So you almost had the race victory if it was for the time penalties. If it was for the time penalties, you could have got race victory today. So, now go towards the Austria Grand Prix as well. This is your first podium of the season. I think it's your first podium in SFR, if I can presume. I think it's your first debut race season with us, I believe. So, going to Austria, are we going to see get you more on the podium, possibly a race victory or a few more underneath your belt? Oh, that's fantastic. So, you're now starting to get used to this, and now we've got F125 literally coming up very, very soon. Is there going to be any changes to your driving style once that game comes out, or is there going to be the same President Elite going into F125? For me, it's the RS and the RS trades. So yeah, going to Austria. What's gonna be your hopes for Austria? You gonna, like I said before, do you think you'll try and keep it non-penalty free, like the other guys have been saying, and see if you can try and get another race, try and get a race win under your belt, maybe? Awesome. So, you sound like you're very confident going into the next few races. As for you, Probelli, have you got? Is this going to be like a big boost now to see if you can try and push for your championship defense?
Yeah, of course, I want to win again, but I think it's a bit harder this year than last year. But I think I've got pace, maybe not on every track, but most of them.
Because Energy Dan looks pretty strong mine this season. He looks very, very strong this season.
Yeah, he does. So,
Where was he tonight then?
I think 4th or 5th or something.
Oh, he came fourth.
He was
came
in front
fourth.
of me. Yeah, he was in front of me over the line, but he also had 6-second penalty.
Oh, he had 6?
Yeah, 6.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
As for that, we are going to end the stream there. Thank you for watching, guys, as we are turning off now. Tune in for Division 2 tomorrow at 7:30. It's been SF Oliver, and good night from Division 3.